Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather as we head from now into Memorial Day weekend. And you can see today we have seen the return of the sunshine, and as a result, it is much warmer. As of this recording, temperatures right now mainly in the middle 80s, and we'll probably end up in the mid to upper 80s this afternoon, and we get even hotter tomorrow. This is what we're looking at as far as the weather map, as we do have again a disturbance which is going to be sliding its way southward into the Arklatex here. As we look at the weather map, you can see the area of low pressure in Oklahoma, the associated frontal system, which is going to slide their way to the south and east, and this is going to be the trigger for some thunderstorms tomorrow that will pose a risk for severe weather, mainly for the northern half of the Arklatex. Friday evening into Friday night. Those storms likely will weaken quite a bit as they make their way towards the south. And ahead of it, again, the warming trend likely will continue. As far as the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, you can see that we do have that risk for severe weather, mainly over the northern sections of the Arklatex, as we do have the slight risk here for northeast Texas, southwest Arkansas, perhaps as far south as Shreveport, but it does appear as if that risk will be highest here for the extreme northern sections of the area, where those storms more than likely arrive sooner during the evening hours and when the atmosphere is a bit more unstable. So let's get into the timing of things here with Robin Starry to Futurecast. You can see that as we move through the next 24 hours, we will see a clear to partly cloudy sky around the area during the nighttime hours tonight. As we go through the day tomorrow, expect quite a bit of sunshine for most of the day, a few more clouds mixing in the afternoon, and you can see a scattered thunderstorm will be possible over the northern half of the area, but the thunderstorms off to our north and west, these will be the storms that pose the biggest risk for severe activity, as we'll see that activity move across, especially the northern half of the Arklatex. Futurecast still kind of highlighting southwest Arkansas and the northeastern quarter of the area as the spot where we might see the storms a bit more numerous as far as that severe weather threat. And then Saturday, a lingering shower will be possible, and we could see some new thunderstorm development over the southern edge of the Arklatex here heading into Saturday afternoon, and then we'll probably continue to see quite a few clouds linger across the region Saturday night and perhaps even Sunday. Most models indicating Sunday is also looking mostly cloudy. As far as rainfall potential, this clearly shows you where these storms probably will be at their strongest. A good inch and a half possible from basically McCurtain County through much of southwest Arkansas. Notice the southern sections of the Arklatex, hardly any rain at all. So the farther north and especially east you live is where the rainfall potential is looking at its highest here moving forward. Now, the main severe weather threat that we will probably be facing is damaging straight line winds. Can't totally rule out the isolated tornado, and you can see Futurecast kind of highlighting this particular part of the Arklatex here over the northeastern half of southwest Arkansas. But keep in mind, this is just one model, and again, that what this tells me is that any tornado risk is looking very low at this point. And the same applies to hail. We could have a few hailing thunderstorms, but again, that risk is looking somewhat isolated in nature. Now, longer range, as we go out further, you can see that we are going to be looking at conditions that will be drying out here, as we are going to be looking at a rather, you might call it, sloppy weather pattern as we head into next week. This upper level disturbance that produces and brings the frontal system moves out. And notice here we have broad ridging covering the eastern half of the country, but within that ridge we have this upper level low, which is going to be situated just to the north and east of the Arklatex. This probably will stay far enough away that it won't pose any kind of significant rainfall threat for us. If it does so, it will be during the middle part of next week. But with this northwesterly flow, that should keep us relatively dry, and we will see, again, warmer temperatures settle back into the Arklatex as we go through next week. So your forecast looks like this as we go through the nighttime hours tonight. We are going to be looking at conditions that will be basically cooling off as we'll see temperatures that will fall into the 60s across the Arklatex tonight. That includes 64 degrees for the low temperature in Shreveport, 64 in Texarkana, 66 degrees in Shreveport. Tomorrow, a rather hot day as most of the area will stay dry. Notice the higher rainfall chances over the north and northwestern edge of the Arklatex. DeQueen, Idabel, you'll have a better chance of that afternoon thunderstorm, but really nothing as far as rain as you look to the south. Daytime highs at most locations will be in the low 90s. 91 degrees for the high temperature in Shreveport, looking at 90 degrees as well for the high temperature in Texarkana, and 93 very well could be the high temperature in Natchitoches. 10-day forecast looks like this. We will see temperatures across the Arklatex that will be cooling off this weekend, as we'll see daytime highs in the low 80s with quite a few clouds. When the sun returns, we start a warming trend back to the mid 80s as soon as Monday. There's that small chance of rain during the middle of the week, and you can see by the time we get to Memorial Day weekend, daytime highs will likely return to the lower 90s. Lows will fall back to the low 60s by the end of the weekend, only to return to the low 70s by the middle of the Memorial Day weekend. So all in all, again, all eyes on the possibility for some strong to severe thunderstorms across the Arklatex tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Severe weather will be possible, and then we'll see cooler conditions as we go through the weekend.